The stately Amber Fort is a truly impressive sight. It is one of the most beautiful of its kind in India. The mighty fort rises up like a staircase upon a mountainside that is located between two ranges of the Aravalli Mountains. A ride on a colourfully decorated elephant is an atmospheric way to travel up the steep road to the fort. Typical of most palaces in Rajasthan, the fort's high and sturdy walls that are interspersed with bastions and balconies give the impression of a castle. The Amber Palace was constructed in several stages between 1600 and 1727. After passing through a small gate, there is the impressive main gate of Suraj Pol, that is the entrance to a lower courtyard, Jaleb Chow. In 1150, the Rajput Kachawa family took over the fortress of the Mina. "600 years later, the Jaleb Chow Courtyard, the final construction phase of the building, was used to accommodate the palace guards. In order to prevent hostile attack, the entrance to the mighty building of Singh Pol was accessible only by way of making a 90-degree turn. The second courtyard of the Amber Palace dates back to the 17th century. It contains an architectural masterpiece of such beauty that it was the envy of a powerful Mughal ruler. The Mughal Emperor Jahangir did not wish his subjects to possess a superior building than his own, and thus ordered its destruction. But prior to the arrival of his entourage, who were to supervise the destruction of the building, the Maharaja of Amber ordered that it be covered with tasteless stucco work. The representatives of Jahangir could not believe their eyes when they saw the ugly-looking building, especially after having heard such high praise relating to its remarkable architecture. The public audience hall was indeed not as beautiful as the other buildings that belonged to the Mughal. Thus, all was returned to normal, and the architectural masterpiece within the Amber Fort was saved from destruction. Not realizing the Maharaja's clever trick, the Mughal delegation went back to Agra, leaving the building intact. Today, the public audience hall, the Diwan-i-Am, as well as the other palace buildings, have been returned to their original splendor. In the center of a third, higher courtyard, there is a small garden that adds interest to the otherwise overpowering stone buildings of the fort. A spring that once flowed along a marble canal from Suk Niwas once helped to cool down the interior of the palace. In the eastern part of the courtyard is the Maharaja's magnificently decorated private audience hall, the Jass Mandir. Decorated glassware and captivating floral motifs were particularly popular with the former Rajput rulers. The courtyard is enclosed by a high wall with several small adjoining towers that highlight the private character of this section of the Amber Fort. The Jass Mandir Pavilion, with its artistically designed lattice window, is located on the terrace-like roof of a private audience hall. The windows provide a welcome cool breeze during hot weather, as well as a marvellous view of the surrounding scenery. The heart of the fort, the fourth and final courtyard, is relatively sombre. The palace ends here, enclosed by an historic defensive wall. The long wall of the former Fort Jaigarh leads along the ridge of the Aravalli foothills. The wall travels higher and higher up the mountain. It was originally built in order to protect the palace from attack, but was never put to the test. The legendary Amber Fort lost its strategic importance in 1727 when Jai Singh II moved his residence to Jaipur.